Hello, everybody. Mikeylito here, and welcome to my brand new streaming program. It's called hashtag GetOffMyLawn, and what it's about are there's some kind of news going on in the entertainment industry, and I feel compelled to comment about it. So tonight's episode is about something that's going to happen a little bit later this morning, and that is the debut of the former Marvel Netflix shows, but they are now going to stream on Disney Plus. So, way back in October of 2013, Marvel Television, under the leadership of Jep Loeb, let it be known that they were developing, you see it there, 60 episodes of 4 series and a mini-series that they would make available to a streaming service or to a video on demand service. In this article that you see there, that was published by Deadline, and I'm not going to read it, so don't panic. In the article published by Deadline on the 14th of October 2013, it was discussed that Netflix, Amazon, and WGN America were all rumored as possible distributors. Now, on April 10th, 2015, the first of these series premiered on the Netflix streaming service. It was Daredevil, produced by ABC Studios and Marvel Television, and starring English actor Charlie Cox as the blind but capable superhero who patrolled the streets of New York's Hell's Kitchen. Aside from Spider-Man, it was the first of Marvel's street-level heroes to be produced on television. Live-action film. In addition to Daredevil, Marvel and Netflix gave us 4 series rated TVMA, that's mature audiences, including Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, leading up to the television equivalent of Marvel Studios' The Avengers, and that show was called The Defenders. These were no ordinary Marvel television heroes. Along the way, the Daredevil series had introduced an anti-hero antagonist known to comic book fans as Frank Castle. And he is, of course, the Punisher. Netflix wanted a separate series featuring that character, and Marvel Television, like any good capitalist outfit, produced a TVMA version of that as well. None of these series were as tame as TV PG, parental guidance, versions of 2 other series that were running on ABC television. Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was one, and the other was Marvel's Agent Carter, which I consider to be an undeniable MCU canon television series. And the reason I say that is because the head troika of Kevin Feige, Victoria Alonso, and Louis Desposito signed on as executive producers of that series, along with some others. Desposito directed several episodes of the series, and Infinity Saga writers Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely created the series. So I think it would be a little hard to deny that it's a canon series. I mean, they can do whatever they want. When these shows were churned out between 2015 and 2019, the Walt Disney Company started testing direct-to-consumer businesses. First up was Disney Life in the United Kingdom in November 2015, followed in August 2016 by acquiring a minor stake of Major League Baseball Advanced Media's business called BAMTech. BAMTech is the backbone of Disney streaming business and was for Major League Baseball at the time. Disney had already used BAMTech for its Watch ESPN service and wanted to explore a direct-to-consumer app for sports content that didn't run on their cable service. 1 year later, Disney bought a controlling interest in BAMTech and announced that sports service, which we know as ESPN Plus. Disney announced it would develop an entertainment streaming service when its distribution agreement with Netflix ended in 2015, the beginning of the end. In August of 2017, the Defenders series was running on Netflix, and several seasons of the series were still expected. On 12 October 2018, Iron Fist was canceled during its second season. 1 week later, Luke Cage was canceled after its second season, despite 6 months' work on a third season. 10 days after that, Daredevil was canceled after 3 seasons. And finally, 81 days later, on February 18th, 2019, the 2 remaining series, The Punisher and Jessica Jones, were canceled by Netflix. In 129 days, Netflix had canceled every single Marvel property. Despite this, Netflix exclusive license for the Defenders franchise ran for another 3 years before Disney declined to allow Netflix to renew the license. So the Netflix series ran from 10 April 2015 all the way through to 28 February 2022 when their license to run the shows ended. Shortly after it became known that the shows were ending, rumors began to float that DisneyPlus was picking up the presentation along with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. First, Disney Canada announced that the shows would premiere on their service portion on 16th of March. And then on March 1st, Disney announced that all the shows withdrawn from Netflix would appear on Disney Plus on March the 16th in the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, and the United Kingdom. The Parents Television and Media Council issued a press release dated March the 8th, 2022, which praised the Walt Disney Company for upgrading their parental controls while at the same time chastising them, placing the Defenders franchise shows on Disney Plus, presumably as opposed to Hulu, although I doubt very seriously if they would have been happy about that either. And you'll see why I say that in a moment. The Parents Television and Media Council has the initialism PTC. To get to the specific issue with Disney Plus, let's take a look at the press release. We are going to look at this in some detail. The Parents Television and Media Council has applauded Disney Plus for planning an update to its parental controls, but simultaneously has denounced the company's decision to add 6 TVMA, mature audiences only, rated Marvel television series to the platform. To date, Disney Plus has only allowed content rated TV 14 or younger. Quoting now, for more than 98 years, the Walt Disney Company has been synonymous with the words family friendly, and I can think of no other corporation in American history that has been built more squarely on the backs and on the wallets of parents and families. The company's eponymous platform, Disney Plus, logically marketed itself as a family-friendly streaming service, and parents have placed their trust in Disney to deliver exactly that. It seems wildly off-brand for Disney Plus to add TVMA and R-rated programming to this platform, ostensibly to increase subscription revenue. So what comes next? Adding live striptease performances at Fantasyland and Disney World? Said Tim Winter, president of the Parents Television and Media Council. Nothing like a little hyperbole to make your point, Tim. While we applaud Disney Plus for improving their parental controls, the mere presence of MA and R-rated content violates the trust of families and may well turn them off entirely. There is no need for Disney Plus to compete with the explicit content on other streaming platforms. Disney is already at a competitive advantage with a streaming platform that is the safest one out there for families. Its foray into TVMA rated fare will forever tarnish its family friendly crown. So now I want to present for you a little research that I did about R-rated content on Disney platforms, because the Walt Disney Company has produced R-rated content before. And so I wanted to see if I could find out whether it was a lot of content or whether it was just like one or two things. I went to fandom.com and looked at the Disney wiki, and they listed 79 feature films. But Disney has a lot of companies, or currently and in the past, companies like Caravan Pictures, Hollywood Pictures, Touchstone Pictures, 20th Century Studios, Lucasfilm, Marvel Studios, and most importantly, Miramax and Dimension Films at one point in time. So I knew there was more than 79 films, and I went to IMDb to take a look at what I could find there. And now spend 3.5 minutes and watch this little screen roll that I compiled of the R-rated films from the Walt Disney Company. Do you recognize some of your favorite films on this list? Fresh is playing on Hulu right now. No Exit is on Hulu right now. See any of your favorite films on there? So, just who is the Parents Television and Media Council? This is L. Brent Bozell. He is the founder of the Parents Television and Media Council, which was first founded in 1995 as the Parents Television Council. Mr. Bozell comes from a long line of L. Brent Bozells, and he himself has a son, L. Brent Bozell IV. I'm not going to talk about Mr. Bozell IV, but you should Google him. The PTC, as I said earlier, they don't call themselves the PTMC, is the initialism for the Parents Television Council, which was founded as a branch of another organization founded by Mr. Bozell, the Media Research Center, to focus on entertainment television. According to information formerly on their website, it's no longer there. The mission of the PTC is to promote and restore responsibility and decency to the entertainment industry. Among the organizations founded or supported by Mr. Bozell III, there are the aforementioned Media Research Center, Parents Television and Media Council, which was formed from the Media Research Center, CNS News, a project of the Media Research Center, and their website, cnsnews.com. The Conservative Victory Committee, which is a political action committee. Mr. Bozell was the national finance chairman for the 1992 Pat Buchanan for President campaign. At one time, he was president of the National Conservative Political Action Committee. And he is a board member for the Catholic League for Religious and Civil Rights. According to Wikipedia, Mr. Bozell was an outspoken critic of Donald Trump during the 2016 Republican primaries, describing, this is Mr. Bozell describing Mr. Trump as the greatest charlatan of them all, a huckster, and a shameless self-promoter. God help this country if this man were president. After Trump clinched the Republican nomination, Bozell attacked the media for their hatred of Trump. So at this point now, I would want you to take a look with me at the website of the Parents Media Council. So we already looked at this page, their introductory page. Let's click this little donate button up here. Notice how it defaults to a $78 donation. You can see the address of this organization up here, parentstv.org. And they have annual reports and various different things. One of the things on their website is this Parent's Guide to Streaming. And you see they're talking about Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu. And my question is, there are parents in this picture down here. They go, times have changed. Where are the parents in the picture up above? Now, if you're looking for TV ratings, you're not going to find them in this document until you get all the way to the end. The Parents Television and Media Council doesn't really believe in these ratings. Organizations like the Parents Television and Media Council really represent people who just want to plop their kids in front of a television set and go play bridge or, I don't know, do some other things so they can keep the kids occupied while they're busy with other things. My question is, how come you can't control your own kids' television viewing? Are you so occupied with other things that you're doing that you're not paying attention to what your kids are doing? I am so tired of the nanny state trying to tell other people what to do. I remember a time when conservatism meant that they wanted government to be out of your life. And instead, what's now being substituted is something akin to Christian Sharia law. I don't want Christian Sharia law. I want to be able to watch what I want to watch. And you can control your kids by paying attention to what they're watching. And if you don't like what they're watching, either turn to another channel or turn it off. And if your kids aren't listening to you, perhaps they need some discipline. Perhaps you need some discipline. Now, there are a lot of organizations, which I consider legitimate organizations, that can help parents with what they're watching, what their children are watching. This is the website of the organization that actually sets the television ratings. It is tvguidelines.org. And they go into great detail to explain the ratings and what all the sub ratings are. So you might recognize these symbols that come up on the television programs that you and your family watches. And all these letters mean something. And tvguidelines.org goes to the pains of explaining everything. And they have a complete website explaining what it is that they're doing. If it's films that are made for theaters instead of television, and a lot of films that appear on streaming services now are rated as if they appeared in theaters, you can go to this website, filmratings.com, and you can look up any film that's been put in front of the ratings board and get parental guidance from the film's rating board. There is another website that I have seen on many entertainment retailers, and it's this one, Common Sense Media. Common Sense Media rates movies, video games, television, and gives you really, it's kind of unbelievable guidance on every piece of content, whether it's for families or not, even to the point to where they'll break down what kind of language is used in a TV show or a movie, how much violence that it has. It's really somewhat breakdown. So another website that could be helpful for you. So here's my advice to the Parents Television and Media Council. Find your kids, especially you, Mr. Bozell, because I think your son, the one that carries your name, he's been naughty. To all parents out there who are relying on the Parents Television and Media Council, why don't you watch what your kids are watching? Discuss it with them. If you don't like what they're watching, turn it off. Make them watch something else. Discipline them if you have to. But don't try and spoil everybody else's fun, because that's not what conservatism is about. I've been listening to your commentators for a lot of years, and that's not what they used to say. It's only recently that things have changed. So, this is Mikeylito. I'm trying to remain calm. Tune in the next time for whatever's annoying me next. And to the Parents Television and Media Council, get off my lawn.